At you. So today we're going to be speaking about love and compassion, which is the need of the hour. Okay, we've got Chow Chow Teddy Boy joining. Definitely gets a point for creativity. So yeah, today we're going to be talking about love and compassion. It's the need of the hour. But before I do want to let you know that if you love this content and if you've been joining these Insta Lives, which are happening at the same time every single week, on Sundays at 6 p.m. Dubai time, whatever time of the day that is for you, morning, evening, or afternoon, then make sure you sign up for my complimentary Break Free Foundation course. It's a 5-week foundation course where you can just plug in your email address at www.sahilmehta.com and you're going to receive a set of 5 videos over 5 weeks that are going to take you through decluttering the mind, the body, people, the material world, and even a bonus one on money. So while we're waiting for more to join, if you make sure you stay tuned till the end. That's when I'm going to open it up for Q&A. Keep those questions ready. Type them in the box, in the comment box, or in the question section so you don't forget. And if you've been enjoying these conversations, if there's a particular topic that you have in mind that you would like me to speak about, then let me know as well. I'd love to, share whatever knowledge I've gained over the last years in decluttering my life, as well as those of the clients I work with. Hello, Sahil from Malel Photography. That's my dear friend all the way from Arusha. He's still living in Arusha, or definitely in Tanzania. Emmanuel. He actually came up with us when we did our climb up Mount Kilimanjaro back in 2017, and he videoed and documented the whole thing. So shout out to Emmanuel, welcome, and thanks for joining this Insta Live session. So yeah, as I was saying, stay on till the end with your questions and answers, and if you have any topics, please do send them my way, and I'll definitely address them in the near future. And I love interaction, so make sure, any comments you have, just type them in the comment box. AK Jasani, Anuj, all the way from Hong Kong, joining us today. Wow, so now we've got various continents covered. We've got Asia, we've got Africa, we've got the US, North America. So yeah, look at that, worldwide audience. Okay, so let's get started. Love and compassion, the need of the hour. I actually want to start by sharing a story. I've just moved into a new house, and I've been dealing a lot with contractors. And as you know, as if some of you have dealt with contractors, especially when it comes to house renovations or moving, it can sometimes get a little frustrating. And overall, I would say I was doing real well, and I was very proud of myself for not losing my cool and all of that and working with them. But this last week that we just passed, I actually got really frustrated, and I got to, I guess the water was boiling and the steam went off. And I was not proud of myself for the behavior, right? There was anger, there was frustration, there was bitterness towards the contractor. And so I asked myself, I said, how can you salvage this? How can you feel better, And I said, what if I approach, there's a lot the contractor's going through as well. Maybe he's made some false promises. Maybe he's under a lot of pressure himself with his subcontractors. I don't know. But rather than shouting and getting upset and angry, which by the way is hurting me as well, right? I mean, all this doesn't do any good to me. So I said to myself, I need to salvage this situation. And what I did was I reached out to him. And so his name is Harshil. And I said, Harshil, can you please come to my office? I'd love to talk to you. So I called him in, and the first thing I said, listen, for my behavior over the last few days, I'm not proud of it. It's not the person that I am, nor the person I wish to be. And I want to ask for your forgiveness, and I'm sorry for the way that I reacted. And then he was telling me, no, sometimes we understand our clients get frustrated and this and that. But I said, look, it's however your other clients are, that's who they are. But me, I was not proud of that moment. And I realized that rather than, getting angry, I said, let me offer a hand. So I said, listen, is there anything that I can do to help to make this easier for you? How would you like me to communicate so that we don't have these communication errors? How would you like me to support you because there's a lot of things that I know that I might be able to help you with. So rather than venting out and getting angry, I actually offered a hand and I said, how can I help you? And that completely changed the dynamic. All of a sudden, I see him more energetic, I see him more enthusiastic, I see him being more responsible. And I realized that, when people like you or they respect you or they see that you don't have this ego and, you have a sense of humility and you're being honest and authentic with them, they're going to go that extra mile for you. So not from a selfish standpoint, right? I wasn't trying to achieve anything. For me, I was just apologizing because I felt that I was not acting in good faith. So the question that I want to ask all of you is, reflect on an incident over the last week where you felt you were frustrated, where you got angry, where you got bitter, where you had resentment, and how could you, if you were given a second chance, rectify that situation and turn it around by offering a hand, by offering love and compassion instead? And what do you think the outcome might be? Think about that. Because this is something you can be more aware of throughout your journey in life. And keep asking yourself, instead of approaching a situation with a negative state of being, right? And whatever negative is for you, it's your definition of it, it's not mine. Because here's the perspective. If you enter a situation with a negative state of being, right? How do you expect to get a positive outcome? You've lowered your chances. But if you've come in with a positive state of being, again, positive as defined by you, now you've increased your chances of getting a positive outcome because you're coming in with that level of energy. So which areas in your life can you come in and switch from a negative state of being to a positive state of being? Because I can assure you, I've seen this with myself, I've seen it with the clients I work with, when they enter with a positive state of being, their chances of success are far, far, far greater. And remember, in many cases, you don't know what the other person is going through. And I'm going to give you a very simple example that probably each and every one of you can relate to. How many times have you been driving on the road and then someone just cuts you off? And then the previous side would have been swearing, shouting, honking, getting angry, maybe even speeding up and trying to give him a sign or yell at them or something along those lines, right? So I was approaching with a lot of hatred and a lot of frustration and anger. But think of it this way. Perhaps that person was in a rush because they had to get to hospital because, they had a child in there who was very sick and needed to get to emergency. What if they just didn't see you? It was a pure accident. The point is you don't know. But rather than reacting with hate, you still have the option of just reacting with love and compassion. And that doesn't mean you just let people walk all over you, right? This is not what I'm trying to get at. But you can offer a hand. And when you see that there was a genuine issue that was there, that was in place, then you have the ability to then, not just offer your hand, but even offer your services, your time, to help that other person get out of that hole that they're in. Because you don't know what the other person is going through. And right now in the world, unfortunately, there's a lot of fear. And that fear is leading to all sorts of unfortunate reactions. And the worst part of all is many times we're unleashing on those who we care about the most, our family members, our friends, our colleagues, who are working day and night to help our companies grow and support us. So we have Ritika here putting in the comments, respond, not react. I love that. I love that. And I'm going to share something with you that can help you to understand this comment even further. So imagine, I refer to this as, imagine yourself as the horse and the horse rider. In general, you're the horse rider. You're controlling the horse. You're saying, go left, go right, speed up, slow down, jump, etc. But when you start getting getting emotional, which is usually what happens when you're reacting, is that you start transitioning from the horse rider to the horse. Now, when you become the horse, you're a wild animal, and you might do or say something that you're going to look back at and say, ooh, I wish I didn't say that, right? Or I wish I didn't do that, and you have regret. We don't want that to happen. So pause and wait, and breathe. That's a great technique to use, or just be silent for a while. It's better to say nothing than to say the wrong thing. And then wait till you transition back to becoming the horse rider. And then you have the ability to respond consciously. Even if you're still angry, it's okay, but at least you're not letting the emotions drive you, but you're responding as opposed to reacting. So thank you for that comment. I love it. So coming back to love and compassion, the need of the hour, I want to also point out that this is not just towards other people, but what about towards animals? What about to plants? What about to Mother Nature, right? This beautiful planet that we live on. Because there's a lot of destruction that otherwise is going on, and it's all about sustainable living. How can we live in a way that we can live in harmony with everything that's around us? Because if we're destroying at a faster rate than things can recover or grow, or then it's a negative process where we're just rolling down the hill, and the next thing you know, our children or our grandchildren are going to have a life that's going to be a lot more challenging than ours. So start thinking about these things. Take a pause and look around and say, wow, this nature is beautiful. How can I ensure that it stays? Because not only does it calm me and look nice, but it's providing me, especially the trees in several parts of the world are providing me with oxygen. And if I mess with the cycle, it can also disrupt what Mother Earth is giving us, which is life. We see species of animals disappearing or becoming near extinct. But guess what? We have the ability of choice. We can choose where we spend our money and which companies to support. So start thinking about how you can make a difference by the spending choices that you make. Another great one is fast fashion. A lot of people talk about, wanting to change their fashion all the time. First of all, fashion, we're following what someone else is telling us is fashion. But how about making up our own fashion? And how about not using things just once or twice and then discarding them? But thinking about reusing things over and over again, or making sure there's a chain where you pass it on to someone else and they pass something on to you, and we all rotate rather than it going in the trash or somewhere where it's going to end up in a landfill. So again, think about the choices that you make and approach situations with love and compassion. And just ask. And this is the thing that I actually heard just a while ago, and I thought it was amazing. I was speaking to a group of people, and they said that now there are these companies where they've taken it so far when it comes to sustainability, they've actually made Mother Earth the official CEO of the company. And so every decision they make in the company, the big decision, they will ask, how will this impact Mother Earth? And based on that, they're making decisions. Because they're approaching the situation with love and compassion towards Mother Earth. But now, how about taking that to all areas of your life? With people, with the world, with the animal kingdom. Because if we live in harmony, it's sustainable. So thank you for coming on and listening to me speak for the last few minutes. I hope that was very useful and you've taken some great tips. I've got Alam here. Hello, and useful points about sustainability and minimalism. I'm totally on that track currently. That is amazing to hear. Definitely share some of your wisdom and keep sharing with the rest of the world as well. Red Wine Como. Oh, my friend Como from the US. Wow, I like that. Mother Earth, the CEO. Absolutely. But like I said, think of it, look at it all in all areas of your life. How can I change my current state of mind? Whatever that negative state is, how can I change it to a more loving and compassionate approach and see the magic happen around you? See things blossom around you. See relationships grow around you. Alam is saying, brilliant concept. Thanks, Sahil. Absolutely, it's my pleasure. For any of you that have come in a little later and missed the announcement at the beginning, I come on at the same time every Sunday. So it's 6 p.m. Dubai time, and that could be morning, evening, afternoon for you, wherever in the world you are. Make sure you chime in. If you have any questions, put them in the comment box or in the question box. I'm more than happy to answer them. And if you love this, these talks, make sure you sign up on my website for my 5-week complimentary Break Free Foundation course, which is really covering the ethos of the framework I speak about. And you can go to www.sahilmehta.com, where you just enter your email address and you're going to get a set of 5 videos over a period of 5 weeks. So we got Alam saying, and give all situations our gratitude. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. There's so much going on in the world. There's so much fear. There's so many things where people are saying this is wrong, this is bad. But there's so many things that are going right and that we should be grateful for. I'm so grateful to be living with my family and not being distanced from them. I'm so grateful to have a bed to sleep on. I'm so grateful for having meals and food on the plate every single day. I'm so grateful for having this opportunity to speak to all of you with my brand new green screen that you can see behind me and the ring light that I have so that lights up my face. So there's a lot of gratitude. I mean, gratitude doesn't stop. Plenty of things to be grateful for. If you have something that you're grateful for that you'd like to share with the audience, please, please, please type it in the comment box as well. But I have to say, you've been a very interactive audience. Anju, thank you for saying always inspiring and takeaway. Yes, I'm glad. It's so lovely to have you on board almost every single Sunday. For all those that don't know, Anju is responsible for me becoming a laughing yoga practitioner. So thanks to her, I'm enjoying a lot more laughter in my life. And it's amazing what benefits you get when you laugh. So, make sure you look it up. It's a great, great, great technique that you can implement in your life anytime, anywhere. So we got Emmanuel saying, thank you for sharing this and very useful. So it's a blessing and an honor to speak to all of you. I'm very grateful that you took time out and humbled that you wanted to come and listen to me. And I shall see you next week. Same time, same place.